Alright YouTube, I've got another video for you. Obviously I don't post videos very often. I typically will post a video if I see that there's an issue with something or that there's a particular watch that I like. But in this case, this is a Garmin Instinct. As you can see, I do have a Garmin Fenix 5X, which is a fantastic watch. Garmin's pretty much finally worked out all the kinks for the most part. It's only taken about a year and a half, but they've figured it out. So anyways, I decided to check out this Garmin Instinct. Obviously it's a little bit smaller. It wears more like a sports watch, kind of like a Casio, and it's a little more comfortable to wear on a regular basis because of its size. So I've had it for about 7 days. I was actually just getting ready to box it back up and take it back to the store where I purchased it. It's priced right around $300. I think currently it's on sale for $249. Overall, after extensive testing, it's fantastic. It's a great watch. It rivals the Fenix 5X for half, maybe even a third of the price. But there is one glaring issue that I think people need to be aware of. I'm kind of big on my altimeter and it's accurately giving me information that I need. I'm fully aware of how the barometer works and how altimeters work. I understand that process, and they have to be set quite often, which is fine. However, with this particular watch, the Instinct, it has what I call a fatal flaw. As you can see on the bottom, this is the port right here for barometer readings, okay? Which is how you're going to get your altimeter information. And unfortunately, because it's on the bottom of the watch, it rests directly on your skin. And if you sweat, that sweat or any sort of skin debris will actually clog these ports and will give you erroneous information on your watch as far as the altimeter goes. As you can see on the Fenix 5X, it's actually on the side, so it doesn't touch your skin. Now, I didn't realize that this was actually the problem. I had it for a couple of days, and I went out hiking, and at one particular point I looked down at the altimeter and it was reading fine, and literally within seconds it had dropped about 400 feet. I did not actually drop 400 feet during the hike, and I couldn't figure out why it was reading incorrect information. So I contacted Garmin and I let them know what had happened, and they sent an email back stating that it is common for that port to get clogged, and in order to fix the problem, you can just rinse it in warm soapy water and it will fix the problem for you. So I did that, and I took it back out and went on another hike, and same thing happened. It dropped about 150 feet, 200 feet. And again, I didn't realize what the problem was initially until I realized that it's probably the sweat on my arm that was causing the problem. So I decided to wear a sweatband or a wristband, and I placed the wristband on my wrist and then the watch over the top of the wristband. So there was zero contact on my wrist with the watch, okay? Now obviously when you do that, your heart rate sensor is not going to read your heart rate correctly, okay? So that's a problem if that's the information you want, unless you have a chest strap. So I put the wristband on, I put the watch over the wristband. This did not have any contact with my skin, which is the port for the barometer, and lo and behold, it had zero issues. In fact, it was extremely accurate. So I'm a little bummed out by it, because this is a fantastic watch in all aspects of this watch. I mean, it works great. In fact, it actually recorded tracks better than my Fenix 5X. Both on GPS GLONASS and GPS Galileo. So, I really don't want to have to take it back, but that's just something I can't live with. I think it's just a bad placement of that sensor, and unfortunately, if you're someone who, And if you're someone who doesn't care about the altimeter readings, then I think it's a fantastic watch, and I would actually recommend it if you don't care about that information. But I do. So it's got to go back, unfortunately. I've got some information through Garmin Connect, and I will try to pull that up and show that just so you can all see what's happening here. Okay, so let me see if I can get this in frame here. On this particular hike, we're talking about maybe 35 feet in elevation gain and or loss. Okay, and you can see here that it was a gain of 91 feet and a loss of 114 feet. That's completely inaccurate. This was the very first hike that I had done with this watch before I realized that the port was going to be a problem. Now I've got other ones on here that have the exact same information where it's losing 200, 300, 400 feet. Same exact hike, same location, nothing changed. This time I'm wearing a wristband and that port is not touching my skin whatsoever. And you can see these numbers are actually very accurate for the area. So my conclusion to this is that it's the placement of that port and it's contacting the skin. So anytime you sweat or even just friction on your skin, and maybe it's pulling up some dead skin even, and that's getting inside that port and causing a problem. I think based on my location, it was very hot on the particular days that I went hiking, and so sweat was definitely a factor. And as you can see, when you remove the chances of the sweat contacting that port, the numbers are accurate. So anyways, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on this watch. It's a relatively new watch. I don't know how long it's been out, maybe 7 months, 6 months, something like that. It's otherwise a fantastic watch. In fact, I would actually choose this watch over the Fenix 5X if it hadn't that altimeter issue. In fact, I was going to keep the watch, but I just, at this point, this is a hardware issue. It's not something that software is going to fix. So I just thought I'd give everyone a heads up so that if the altimeter is an important factor for you, that you keep that in mind if you are going to make a purchase of the Garmin Instinct. All right, well, thanks for watching, and have a good day.